strength from each of these towers. And then it will use that to aid the GPS. So then the GPS definitely can stop at position 3, at this position, because it doesn't have to worry about this or this anyway. Right? Plus it has one extra circle also. So very quickly it will be able to tell you your rough location at least, up to an accuracy of maybe 300 meters. Even if 3 satellites are not there or 4 satellites are not there, it will be able to tell you. If no GPS is being used also, you can switch off your GPS in your Android phone. It will still give you a radius of about 300 meters. Why? The reason why this is significant is in many cases that is good enough. You don't need the GPS in order to be, and that is free. There's no power usage for that. Just needs to send one API call to whatever server that it's got the database, and it will return saying that your location is up to in this circle somewhere. Uses no power at all, and for most applications, for example ideals, like the one project that we are doing, it basically, the issue there is they are not using it for navigation, using it only to figure out which area I am in. So nearby what are the deals, what are the shops, it will tell you based on that. You don't really need to be pinpointed precisely by GPS for that. If you are in Somajigoda, that's good enough. You don't need to know that you are in Somajigoda in Riktam office, so this thing is nearby, this Chinese place. That much accuracy is not required or may not be required. So that is one option that you should know and be able to educate the client that look, sometimes you don't need that. Do you really need that accuracy? People will get pissed off with your application if it uses so much power. People will remove it. So think about, can we do this same service, that same product can we create without using requiring GPS signal? For as a iPhone programmer, for you this is transparent. iPhone will only, you ask iPhone what is my location, it will tell you on latitude, longitude, finish. Ante kada?
You have options to
Switch on, take GPS and all. Okay. So you have that also. So I mean, you can create the application, your code, nothing will change, but at least from that point of view of educating the client as to what is a better option, you should be able to tell them these options. Okay. So just to finish off, GPS is a US government system. Like that, there are several other global navigation systems, each of which have 20-30 satellites, and some which are coming up. So GPS is the only one, I think, which is 100% complete. Means gives full coverage all over the earth. Russia has its own system called GLONASS, means Global Navigation System or something. India is creating its own system in about 3 or 4 years. Again, probably it will be used only for military applications. China has got 2 systems. One is, the first one is created only for China, and the satellites will basically hover mainly around China, they are designed that way. And one more for the whole world. And then even Japan has its own system. Now, why do these all have their own systems? Mainly because GPS, what I am telling you, is a very simplified explanation. For extremely precise measurements and all, you need to, first of all, the signal is encrypted slightly. So to get those encryption codes and all so that you will be able to build your chip, you need to go to the US government and get permission. Probably pay a license, I am not sure about that. But they have to tell you the encryption codes that you will be able to use to be able to read these signals. Right? And US government will check where are you putting the signal, what is the accuracy that it will give you, and based on that only it will give you permission. So any military application, they will not give permission. So if India wants to build a satellite or India wants to build a missile which it wants to use GPS, it cannot, because beyond a certain accuracy it will not get. So missile will fall in Karachi and you wanted it to fall in Islamabad. So it's not good enough. That's why all these countries also want to build their own system so that they can get the full advantage. That's why even though US and NATO countries, European Union are friends, they are not happy enough that they are not getting all the top technologies, so they are creating their own system. Where they will use the mathematics is very clear, but putting the satellites up there and getting access to them they don't have, so they have to create their own system. So the kind of issues are, accuracy is like, suppose there are a lot of solar flares or something, so your ionosphere, and there's one layer in the atmosphere. So that will slow down your the speed of light because of interactions with those ions, and that changes based on wavelength, something. So unless you are aware what is the wavelength, what is the amount of free electrons in the air or something like that, those information if you don't have, you cannot get beyond a certain accuracy. So they transmit 2 signals, one in one frequency, one in one more, and because the amount of delay is a function of the signal. By measuring the difference, you are able to figure out that delay also. All those things your normal GPS device does not have access to. Okay, so that's the background. If there's a trekking kind of application, then which signal is better? GPS or Wi-Fi or wireless? Has to be GPS, because most of the places you are going to trek, you will not get mobile phone signal and all that. So just keep these things in mind. That's why I wanted you guys to be there, so that when you're talking to clients and all, you have a little more perspective. Okay.
Your GPS. వాటి లైసెన్స్ ఉంటుంది.
లైసెన్స్
So, we all know about GPS. Like, normally in the phones, you cannot, as Siddhartha said, you cannot rely on GPS because it's like very, very battery heavy and like the time you need to communicate with the GPS satellite, I mean, you don't really get instant connection to all of them at once. So it's like it takes a lot of delay, plus it takes a lot of battery, and so they came up with this AGPS, registered GPS systems, which will like use either your cellular towers, or if you are using the Wi-Fi hotspot for your device to connect to internet, even those are registered, just like the cell towers. Those are registered into these guys' database. So this hotspot is in this point. So I mean, this is already there in the databases.
You can go and put your hotspot also in there.
Yeah, in that one you send me, because there is an option to add our own.
You can even submit your own Office RT3, RT2, RT1 also. You can go and submit to Apple if you want.